Hello everyone, this is Joanna the Medium and welcome back to my channel. These are going to be readings for June 2016. First and foremost, for all of you who are watching and subscribed, for all of you who have emailed and commented on all my readings, particularly in May. I've had literally hundreds of emails and comments for my May readings. I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate this, and I always say I'll appreciate it more than you will ever know. But I just want to make sure I give you my gratitude for being on YouTube and growing. Keep in mind these are general readings, so they may not apply to everyone, and actually probably will not. That would be quite unusual. Also, keep in mind that it's sometimes useful to listen to your rising sun and your other signs, as these will perhaps sometimes or some months offer more of a complete package of what is happening in your life. Sometimes your dominant sign or your sun sign may not be telling you a full story certain months, and some other times the other signs will complete the picture for you. As far as May is concerned, there was a bit of a turbulent waters in May, even though it was more peaceful than the last 4 or 5 months prior to May. I am being shown June to be much more celebratory. There's an aspect of social gathering, family gathering. I see people cheering, weddings, birthdays. I see a lot of outside social events. But we are coming up to the summer months, so obviously that kind of goes with the territory. But the message is that it is going to be a month filled with laughter and joy. Particularly, I want to say the mid to the third week of June is what I'm being shown, and then I'm being told the word weddings, and also baby showers. So, whoever you are, you will understand what this means. I don't think there's anything else I want to address. And of course, if you would like to book a reading, you can contact me through my website, which will be down below in the information, or just simply email me at info@joannathemedium.com. And again, I want to thank you so much for all of you who have booked readings with me. You keep me hopping and keep me busy, and that is something that I'm absolutely grateful for and about. So without further ado, let's get started with each individual reading. Okay, I'll see you in a moment. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Aquarius for June 2016. Thank you so much for coming back. Please forgive me, I have a cold I haven't been able to shake off for the last few days. I have been waiting as long as I can with the videos, but I just have to record them and just do my best. Otherwise, you won't get it in any kind of a reasonable time. So if I start having a coughing attack, I'll just stop the video. So just please disregard it and just kind of work with me this month, okay? Now, before I start with the cards, before I flip them over, I'm going to ask, just like before, for any messages for you guys from the sign of Aquarius. Freedom. Freedom is a choice. Just like misery is a choice. The freedom you were given to feel joy and contentment is the same freedom you choose to take to feel fear and resentment. Feeling what you do or feeling what you feel is not up for discussion. Rather, what will you do with those feelings? Allow yourself to transform the very part of you that feels. And then I hear the word negativity. And at the very core of who you are, there is a distinct sense of negativity surrounding you. That is not to say that you are a negative person. That is rather signifying that there is a component of you or your upbringing that has a tendency or tendencies towards negative thoughts and therefore behaviors that follow these negative thoughts. And these behaviors are not congruent with what you want. So this is very much about looking within and recognizing patterns that are of negative nature. Now, this is not a blame. This is purely a piece of information that may allow you to look deeper within yourself and possibly examine parts of you that you haven't examined before, or parts of your being that you haven't thought about before. And it's to do with your thinking and your belief system. Okay, now let's flip over the cards, and I always say I hope the cards corroborate the message, because that is makes it that much more special. So the card representing your current situation, or the theme for this reading, this message, we have the card called Victory and Success, but it was shown to me in reverse. This is a card pertaining to your passions. This is the spiritual aspect of who you are. This is your drive. It could represent your career aspirations, but it's the very essence of who you are. And because it's shown to me in reverse, I'm going to ask him for the exact wording that he wants me to give you. He gives me the words sense of disappointment. And sense of disappointment with yourself, within yourself, and sense of disappointment with your environment. But there's no but. That is what's happening right now. That is what you're feeling right now. That is what the situation is right now. What I'm being told is what is required of you is to examine how you have contributed to the situation you found yourself in. And again, this isn't meant to be a blame of any sort. This is meant to help you understand the intricacies of how things work, and the valuable piece of information that is, you're a powerful being. By the virtue of being a powerful being, you are able to manifest pretty much anything you want. However, if you do in fact have a belief system from somewhere that is contributing to your negative thinking or negative thought about yourself, about the world, or negativity in general, it will not produce the positive results you are looking for. And therefore, it is quite possible that's why you are feeling disappointed. He's asking you to examine your beliefs. Not so much sense of values, but your belief system, because he says to me, for the most part, that's unrecognized up until this point, whoever I'm speaking to, but it is an essential part of who you are that needs to change in order for you to see yourself in a different light. Very, very, very important. Okay? Now, the card representing past influences, or what is contributing to this, or what has contributing to you feeling disappointed. We have the card called the Universe. it was shown to me in reverse. This is a major arcana. In its upright position, the card basically it's the last card of the major arcana. The card basically, it's a completion card, but it basically says the world is your oyster. Everything that you've worked so hard for is now going to be coming to you. But because it was shown to me in reverse, it is showing me that's where the disappointment is coming from. In other words, things have not worked out the way you wanted them, and there is a sense of blame. The blame that I'm being shown is not necessarily a blame of yourself, but it is a blame for outside circumstances. And again, he's saying to me, you need to examine your sense of self. Dig deep within and ask yourself, how have I contributed to where I am today? And again, he's pointing me at your head, at your thinking process, because he says, if you look closely in the mirror, if you look at the reflection that's looking at you, and if you're honest with yourself, you will, without a doubt, recognize patterns that have been with you for a very long time that you either were unaware of or you chose not to look at for whatever reason. And he's saying to me, June is the month when this is going to become very apparent to you, but it is your choice whether you do something with it or just let it be and continue on your merry way. I want to say this is a bit of a wake-up call. And he's nodding his head here. Not a wake-up call in order to you being punished, because I don't believe in being punished. That's not what this is about. Spirit doesn't punish. We choose to punish ourselves, unfortunately, more so than anything else. So this is not to punish you. This is to bring things into your face so that there's very little chance of you not to look at it. In other words, if it's in your face, it's hard for you to say, I can't see it. Okay? And you're being asked to look at it fair and square. Okay? The card representing your future, we have the card called Material and Spiritual Prosperity. This is an earth card connected to your finances, money, careers, relationships, could be health as well. This is things that we own. It is a physical aspect of who we are, but the card was shown to me in reverse. And again, he's saying to me, the reason why you are having difficulty with achieving what you want is because of what's here emotionally, but it's your thinking. It's how you process information. It's what you tell yourself. It's what you tell, not so much others, it's what you feed yourself. It's what you tell yourself in a negative way. And this card shown to me in the upright position. This man is looking at a beautiful path in front of him, and the sun is very bright. Things are very illuminated. There's water fountains representing flow of energy, flow of emotions, free flow of emotions, unsuppressed flow of emotions. But he's standing at the veranda here, meaning he's looking at the future, but he's not taking part in it yet. So there's a component of a waiting. There's a component of not so much stagnation, but just waiting. The time is not right yet. With this card being shown upright or reversed, he's saying to me that it's going to take a little bit of work on your part in order to get to see this path, to get to see this illumination, to get to see the money, the fruit of your labor. And whatever has happened, whatever the disappointment is, I feel like it is very much a potential of a new beginning for you. And I'm going to use the term a blessing in disguise. Why am I using that term? First of all, he's showing it to me as that being the case. You can't see it now, you will see it down the road. But it is also, whatever happened can be a catalyst for your change. And he's showing me a cocoon, a butterfly in a cocoon. And the butterfly, until it's ready, it cannot leave the cocoon. It's in the incubation period. And while the incubation period is happening, the butterfly inside has to grow and has to be prepared until such time as it's ready to take flight. So you've been incubating all this time, and the situation can act as a catalyst for you to take flight. So whoever I'm speaking to and whatever this is about, know that things will get better, and also know that this may very well be a blessing in disguise for you. I also hear the word job. Perhaps this was connected to your job circumstance. Maybe you lost a job and you're blaming other people, other circumstances. Maybe you lost a relationship. Loss of something. There's definitely a loss, or feeling like there's a loss of something. Maybe you feel wronged. Maybe you feel that's, you were wronged and treated unfairly. Any combination of things that he's asking me to stop interpreting. Examine. There's a need for you to examine deep within. Now, the reason behind why this is all happening, or the subconscious blockages sometimes, why the disappointment? We have the card called throat chakra. So this is this voice box. Throat chakra is about you speaking. It's about us voicing. Many times when we are suppressed and we can't speak our voice, this was going to show up. And sometimes it can show up in a physical manifestation of thyroid issues, blockages here, God forbid, cancer. All these physical manifestations can occur as a side effect of continually blocking that energy from flowing. Because this was shown to me in a reverse position, it is saying to me that there is definitely a blockage in either you asking for what you want, or you being afraid to ask for what you want or to speak up. Now, when we are afraid to speak up is because there is some kind of a negative connotation that we feel is going to happen as a result of us speaking up. So there's a negative, what's the word I'm looking for? Conditioning there somewhere, okay? And remember when he said at the very beginning that there are some aspects of yourself you really need to take a look at. And it's not that you're necessarily negative, but there's tendencies for you to think negatively because of what has happened. The throat chakra in reverse is pointing right at it. I'm hearing the word mother. So perhaps for some of you, you had a very critical mother or mother figure. Perhaps you felt you were not allowed to speak your voice because it wasn't, you were told you couldn't, or various other reasons. There's something with a mother. And I'm also seeing the number 15. So I'm going to leave that up to you. There's going to be many reasons why I'm seeing number 15, but there's something about the mother, the throat, unable to speak, and number 15. Okay, maybe you were 15 years old. Maybe there's a birthday 15, something about 15, 1-5. Okay, now the card that represents the potential of all of this, and remember, whatever has happened is a blessing in disguise. You can't see it yet, but you will, because he showed me a rainbow down the road. And he showed me the month of May again, which is interesting. Number 5. Potential. Potential is, again, this is a card that just came up in a different reading. This is another major arcana. Truth. To me, this card represents looking within, looking for the truth. being ready for the truth. So when he said this is a blessing in disguise, and when he was talking about this forcing you or allowing you to take a deep look at yourself, look in the mirror and see at the reflection, ask yourself some difficult questions, this is the card. It is a potential for you to look deep within and find the real you. Find the truth within. Look at the things that no longer resonate with who you are and discard them, and look deep within and ask yourself, how what I believe is contributing to what I am manifesting. And when you're honest with yourself, you will see the truth. This is a very powerful card because when we allow ourselves to go deep within and we allow ourselves to self-examine, we are allowing ourselves to ask very difficult questions sometimes. And oftentimes it is met with the understanding that the only person we have to blame in quotation marks, is often ourselves. And I don't mean this in a derogatory way as if you're to blame. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the recognition that comes with looking at oneself is the fact that many things that we manifest on the outside or don't manifest, or things we blame on the outside, are really things that we have set into motion. So in a simplified way, and I keep seeing this negativity circling around your being, if there is a tendency for you to have negative self-concept, if you have tendencies to think negatively about yourself, your environment, if you have tendencies to be a victim, or you come from an environment where being a victim was very prominent, that belief, that conditioning will without a doubt contribute to your life on the outside world. And unless and until that belief system and that conditioning is looked at, it can never be changed and it can never be transformed. So the reason why this is a difficult, and not difficult, this is a profound card, is because it asks us to be brutally honest with ourselves. And if we can arrive at a place where there's a recognition that for everything that we do, and for everything that we do based on how we feel and how we think, the universe responds accordingly. When we have that understanding, we can then change our behavior and our belief system to attract what we want more of, and not attract what we have been attracting, which was what we don't want. Okay? And he's asking me to stop here because I think I'm going overboard, and I think you get the picture. I hope this makes sense to you. I would love your comments as always. I didn't end up having a cough attack, which is great, but I think that's my last reading for the day. I wish you best of luck. I wish you a wonderful month of June, and thank you so much for sharing and for liking and for commenting. I so appreciate it. And of course, if you would like to have a private reading, you can contact me with the information down below. I put that for easy reference for you. And until then, I look forward to seeing you again in July. Take care.